Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Relentless video. Guys, today we're going to be talking about sizing up. When is the right time to size up? Now, we spoke about sizing down in a Relentless driving video recently. So if you guys haven't saw that one, be sure to check it out right here and then come back to this video. Sizing up, guys. Sizing up is the biggest question. Well, one of the bigger questions, right? One of the bigger questions that we'll see and hear in the community. Sizing up. When is the right time to do it? When should you do it? How to do it, right? So there's a couple of things. We'll usually hear, hey, the only difference between making $10 and $100 is share size. From 100 to 1,000 is share size. And I'm here to say, guys, the answer is very true. That answer there is true. And it all comes down to the mental side of things, right? The emotional side of things. Are you willing to size up? What does sizing up mean for you, for me individually, right? Because depending on your personal situation, your risk tolerance, your finances, all these different things, sizing up will mean different things for different people. Now, we all want to get to that bigger number and see more returns from the markets, but sometimes sizing up can come with a different set of problems, right? Different problems from what we're used to regularly, because the emotional strain of big size can get very overbearing, right? It can feel very heavy, a weight on your shoulders when you come into the market and you take big size and you take a big loss, right? That's the key thing right there. Is a big loss, right? And a lot of the times, depending on where we are, depending on if our accounts are close to the PDT or if we're maybe paying bills from our trading accounts and this type of thing, and we might not want to see a huge loss to our account, right? And so when you're trading in a range, in a bracket, we're usually very comfortable, right? And so using big size, you put yourself out of your comfort zone, and you start to feel uneasy, right? But as they say, right, in order to see growth, you have to be a little uncomfortable, right? You have to be open and willing to accept change. So it's a big mental battle. I think it's more mental than anything else, right? Share size, do you have a cushion? Do you have a leeway, right? For me personally, I've been live for about 2.5 years now, and I've managed to make about $68,000 gross year to date. And when we talk about sizing up, right, what's holding me back? I have a $68,000 cushion. What's holding me back from using huge share size? What's holding me back from saying, hey, every single trade I take 5,000 shares, 10,000 shares? What's holding me back, guys? It's mental, right? So understanding my personal situation, my risk tolerance, my finances, right, my financial situation right now, it's like, man, I know I do not want to see a big loss to my account. And that right there, that small thing is why I don't really trade with so much cash, right? Because my account, especially when we include leverage, we can take bigger size, right? We can definitely take bigger size when we look at the margin and all that. We can take bigger size. So it's a mental battle. And I believe you don't only need a cushion in gains, but you need cushion in your account. And I've took a lot of cash out of my account. Now, a 68K gross, my account is not up over the PDT by 68K. And I think that's a big difference in terms of the confidence that you'll need to be able to take that step. Right now, each of us are a little different. Some of you guys might have experienced some huge losses, and so using size is not as big of a problem when you do get consistent. So it might be a little bit of a smoother transaction. For some of us, it might be a little bit more difficult, a little bit more daring, right? Something that's a little bit more daring to do. But it's something that in order to see huge gains, we must do. And for me, I'm looking forward to doing it. Now, I've mentioned recently in a video that was titled Going Back to the 9 to 5 Grind, right? Part of the idea for me to go back to the 9 to 5 grind was to get into a position where I was seeing other income, which was significant income, closer in proximity to my trading income or even greater than. And so not having to even look at my trading account to pay a bill or at all for that matter. It's just, letting it grow. For me, I believe that's the way that I can overcome my hurdle, right? This obstacle that's in my way to be able to size up, right? So sometimes the situation might be slightly different for each of us, but I think in the end, it's one constant, and it's the mental battle, right? And there's nothing worse than sizing up and having your first day be a big red day. It definitely hits your confidence. And when that does happen, it's a matter of, even if you want to reduce, right? If it throws you off, reduce, regain your confidence with smaller green days, and you got to give it another go, because the one time it works, right? And especially if it's the first time, it works, even better. Now, mentally, you gain a cushion on top of a cushion. You gain a cushion with the big size. And so if it's a solid green day, it'll probably take you 2 or 3 red days with big size to give back that same amount. So don't be discouraged if you're starting red, even if your first entire week was red and you want to size down, that's fine. But regain that confidence and come right back, man. Come right back and give it another go, because once it goes good once, that is it, man. Once you do it once, you're going to feel great. You're going to feel confident, comfortable. And it's like you've achieved a new level of, what do we want to say? Comfortable. I'm not even going to try it out. But you're gonna achieve a new level of, mental, of what you're able to do mentally, right? You're going to unlock a new level. And from there, that big size will become normal. And so for me, let's say that's going from, right now I'm trading anywhere between 1K and 3K, right? It might mean going from, and we'll go to the higher side, from 3K probably to 6 to 5K. Oh yeah, 5-6K, let's say, right? Almost doubling the share size. And once you get there, right? Once you get to that 6K, whatever that might mean for you guys individually, maybe it's from 50 shares to 100 shares, from 500 to 1,000, from 5,000, 10,000. I mean, some of you guys, although a fewer percentage, might be up at 20,000. I mean, who knows? Some of you guys are probably trading with huge sizing already and looking to get to 40K, right? It's all relative to each of us, our experience, our account sizes, and how we feel mentally when we talk about accepting the risk, understanding the risk, and being comfortable with the risk, right? So, if I get to that level of 5K, 6K shares, then the next level is 9K shares, 10K shares, 15K shares. And so that's what I'm looking forward to doing, man. And so, once you are profitable over the long run, once you're consistently profitable, think about it. If your emotions can handle it, your mental state of mind can handle it, and also let's factor in your broker, because slippage could be a problem depending on which broker you're at. Let's say your broker can handle it, and mentally and emotionally you can handle it. Guys, if you're consistently profitable for years, for months, for weeks, and you've proven yourself over and over, then at the end of the year, your metrics are going to literally, whether it's 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, that green day where you're usually up 150 becomes a green day where you're now up 350. That red day where you're down 200, you're probably down 300, right? And if we want to go in that increment, right, of 2xing, let's say your average green day right now is 150, you go to 350. Your average red day right now is $80, it goes to 160. And so over time, your metrics will be the same, assuming your red and green days will be the same red and green days, but just with bigger numbers. And because you're consistently green, the number will be bigger to the green side. And so for me, instead of being up 45K like I was last year, let's say tomorrow I'm using 5,000 shares on each trade, every single stock, right? Or let's not say every single stock, because we do adjust for risk accordingly. But let's say we 2x on our risk tolerance. Instead of being up 45K, assuming we see similar momentum to we did that in comparison to what we did last year, we'd be at 80K, right? 90K on the year in terms of our gains. So that's literally what share size mean. And so especially if your broker is really fast, right, and your commissions are minimal, right, guys, sometimes this can mean going from 2x to 3x to 4, 5, 6xing, because it's literally an extra zero at the end of the order. I mean, for those of us who are over 25K and we have, the margin, it is that simple, right? In terms of what action we have to take physically, mentally, once again, mentally is where things are tough. So, I'm looking forward to it, man. Um, we've had other income so far this year, which has been good for us. But the market right now is just so slow, man. And so, we're kind of just easing off, waiting. And I'm still willing to, even if it means actually going back to the 9 to 5 grind, that's something that I don't mind doing if, I realize that's what I really need to do 100%. So I'm open to all alleys, all, whatever it might be, no stones left unturned, because once I can get to that next level, right now I'm right above where, let's say this is the line in the sand. I feel like I'm in this range right here. But can I get to that upper band, right? You know, right now I'm the 10%. Can I get into 5%, right? The top 3%, top 2, top 1% of day traders, right? And the percentage is smaller and smaller as you go, but we'll run across those people every now and again. You'll ask them, hey, how was your day? Hey, I'm up 15,000 today. Hey, I'm up 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. And it's like, we'll like to think these numbers are crazy and like are fantasy, hard to relate to. Okay, might be hard to relate to, but we got to run these mental simulations and see ourselves in these situations, visualizing it. Because if we can visualize it, man, we can get it. And if we can get it, we can, man. We can, we must, and we will, right? So that's what I'm looking forward to, because I know the journey is going to get even better, man. So, imagine going from averaging my average last year, 190 a day. Imagine going from 190 up to, let's say, 450, something like that. So right now we're just waiting patiently for hotter markets. We're looking to be disciplined, looking to manage the risk, looking to accept the risk as always. And even right now, if we see opportunities off the lows, I was mentioning this on Friday. I'm looking to size up a little bit, man. Instead of 1,500 shares, 2,500 shares, let's get in there with 4,000 shares. And respect our stops, and let the trade do its thing. So I'm looking forward to the opportunity, looking forward to the challenges, and looking forward to being consistent. So sizing up, guys, to put it all in summary, is a big mental battle. It does vary depending on who you are, your risk tolerance, your personal situation, your financial situation. A lot of trading isn't just one size fit all, guys. It's a little unique to each of us individually. Someone who's a profitable trader that might have let's say 5 million in their bank account might have an easier time using bigger size than someone who's profitable with, let's say, $5 in their bank account. So there's that mental side of it. So keep that in mind, and it's why the videos are always a little unique, and it's because we are, as humans, unique individuals. So guys, where are you in the spectrum of trying to size up, right? For those people who might still be having a hard time trying to find consistency, how are you looking at share size? Are you still using very small sizing? Are you looking to size up once you are seeing really hot momentum? For those of you who might be flat, how is share size going to affect that transition to being green? For those of you who are green, how are you guys looking to get to that next level with share size? What are some of the things you're implementing? What are some of the challenges that you're facing? Let me know down below. Let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation. I'm looking forward to it, man. I think I can. I've made it this far, right? If I can make it this far, it must mean that I can get to the next level. And I feel it. I'm just waiting so patiently for the next hot cycle, man. But until then, we have the current market right now. We're going to make the best out of the current market with share size. When we see hot opportunities, we're going to size up aggressively. We're going to look to push the boundaries. And like I mentioned, even if I realize I'm not as comfortable as I need to be, if it means that 9 to 5, then that's exactly what we'll do, because nothing will stop us from getting to the next level, man. I believe the next level is regularly seeing, like right now we can do 3K months, 4K months, 5K months, 6, 7K months. You know, I think regular, if I get to the next level regularly, we'll see nothing less than 10K months, 15K months, 20K months. So I think it's very doable, very possible. So I'm going to stay relentless in my approach, and I'm going to keep at it. So that's where I'm going to end this one. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Guys, subscribe if you're a new viewer to the channel. Check out the links down below. Check out the links down below. And I'll catch you guys next time. It's been RT, and I am, of course, signing out.